Why silver is reaching new high? There are two key reasons to this question. Number one, it is due to the de-dollarization. And at this juncture, there are still no other currency ready to take on the dominance of the reserve currency, the US dollars. Therefore, the market is turning to precious metal like gold and silver. And we can see that each time when the dollar trend lower, the precious metals trend in the opposite direction. Number two is then why is silver gaining momentum over gold this time? While gold is still staying below its October high, silver is really gaining momentum, breaking above its October high. And these are the two questions that we will be discussing today. My name is Con Hao. My work in this channel is to study behavior science and finance, discover correlation between different markets, and uncover potential opportunities. This analysis is based on technical studies and does not constitute financial advice. Please consult your licensed broker before investing. Question number one, what is silver relationship in the de-dollarization? Precious metals like gold and silver, they were currency in the past, and today they are still considered currency. You can try this, try to cash out an ounce of precious metal in your local banks. Some of the banks with bullion department will happily accept this transaction. And we can also view precious metal as a currency pairs against the US dollars. For example, in a pair, it's always two sides. For silver, for example, is silver versus US dollars, just like the other currency. So it means that when silver is up, the dollar is down. And when silver is down, the dollar is up. And I previously did this case study, compare gold and US dollars. But today we will examine the relationship between the silver and the dollar in the opposite direction. As we could see that in 1979, silver reached its all-time high, and we saw that US dollars in the opposite direction were at its trough. And then US dollars went to a high, its peak in 1985, and we saw that how the silver has trough, although it came down, but it was a new low in 2001. And let's look at the US dollars. It went up to its peak. And then here comes in 2011, not exactly at the lowest point, but it is still considered as a trough in 2011. Where was silver? It was at its peak. Then come COVID-19. Silver were at its trough. Dollar is around the peak around here. They went even higher. And what is my view about US dollars? On this inverse relationship, I think it's still under pressure. Why? Because the silver is already on the way up. And let's look at the other question is why silver is gaining momentum over the gold market. And for that, let me just bring you back to our past case study. And I would like to bring you back to all my silver research here. And let's go back to in 2024. That was last year. And my title said that silver is next to rally after gold. And we saw that gold has rallied, but I'm seeing a cup and handle formation. Then silver was at about 27 US dollars. I believe that silver is a laggard, and after gold is always silver. So we did a study based on the many decades of cycle in the gold and silver relationship. And there, moving a little bit forward in September last year, we saw that silver finally coming to that 2024 year end is about to close at 31.24. So I reckon that the cup and handle formation may fulfill. And then why this time around we saw that the silver may move ahead of gold. This was a study done in June this year. So then we studied into the gold silver ratio spread, and I saw that it formed this inverted hammer with resistance line, and I suspect that this spread may come down. So if the spread come off, it means that the silver, the rate of return will be much faster and higher than the rate of gold. And let's look at a result from June to now December. So indeed that this spread has come down, and that's why the reason that we could see that silver seems to be moving much stronger compared to gold. So where is silver heading at this juncture? And my longer term plan is this. Let me just study about the recent months. In September, we did this case study between the monthly chart and the daily chart. We could see that how nicely it kind of tracked on our study in September, even for daily. And let's look at the end result here. And indeed, it's been tracking around here. But later on, we're going to go to the case study on how I continue to update all this trend line. So I believe that my longer term plan for the silver is because of due to the de-dollarization, I think it's still going up. But in the mid to short term, there's always correction. And I thought that I should update this tutorial, which I did in September. And let's look at the current market here. And this is the break that we studied before. And this is trend line that I've drawn. And let me just get into the daily chart and how I track the silver market as of now. And how I draw this uptrend line is that first you always based on the trough, the significant trough, and you join a few of them with significant trough together. And I find that this is meaningful. How will I know that this uptrend line is meaningful is only when I study its relationship with the other peaks of silver. And let's me try to place around here. And please do practice if you can. And I find that there's a strong relationship on applying this trend line in the near and far future because it speaks to me quite a bit. A lot of relationship. If not, you can just place it all here. You can see that in the past it was supported, that it was resisted. So I think I would like to adopt this trend line for the time being for near or far future. So as of now, I could see that it was resisted even back then in October. Then it kind of didn't resisted much, but it gave me a very clean break here. And I reckon here that the silver in the short term, we are seeing a retracement right now, exactly what I love to see. And now the key is this. It may support here and start to move up. And I hope to see that because I'm already in position for the long to mid term. But what if it break below the support line? I think I'm still happy about it because then I can start to plan for my long-term trade here. I would still love to buy on dips for the silver. And what's the reason behind it? Because the de-dollarization is still taking place. It's between the gold and silver. I have some gold and I'd like to have more silver. How high will the silver be heading this time? Will it be about to break above its 1979 high? And if so, why? Feel free to leave any comments below. I love to exchange ideas with you on what is about to come. Really happy that you stay through this tutorial. You have many great trading weeks ahead.